Hello, it's Jeanette with G Amazing Paper Crafts. Thank you for joining me in my craft closet. Today I have a card project, and it is a Thinking of You card, and inside it says, "Please know that I care." Now the stamp sets that I'm going to be using today are the Papillon Potpourri, and I'm going to be using this little butterfly here, and I really love this butterfly because it actually goes quite nicely with the designer series paper from the Subtles series. This one is Wisteria Wonder, I believe, and it's a very muted purple, and I also punched out some of the butterflies with the bitty butterfly punch, and but the stamp set is really cute because it goes really nicely with this printed flower pattern. So that's what I thought I would use today. And also I'm going to be using the Thoughts and Prayers stamp set, and this one I'm going to be using the tree, but Thinking of You, Please Know That I Care is actually one stamp, but what I wanted to do was I just wanted the Thinking of You on the front, and I wanted, of course, the Please Know That I Care in the back. So what I do with my stamp is I actually cut it. And yes, you can do that, and if you want the stamp to go back together again, just lay them side by side next to each other on your clear block. So, no harm done, but it does really make it a lot easier to position your stamp when you don't have to mask off the other parts. So cutting it, perfectly okay, but you can't really return your stamp to Stampin' Up! If there's any other problem, because of course you cut it in half. So anyway, I'm going to be using a different color from that Subtles Designer Series paper stack. Incidentally, they used to call this background paper, but they're just calling it Designer Series paper because, it's so beautiful. You don't always have to use it in the background of things. It's really pretty, just for everything. So I think I'm just going to change things up just a little bit, okay? I have this stripe, which is actually the design on the back of the flowers. So I'm going to, like I say, I'm going to change it up, but I'm not exactly sure yet. So here goes. All right, so what I did was I used the Marina Mist, and the card base is 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. And I just want to make sure that score line is nice and folded for my card. And then the next one here, instead of putting it with the flowers up, I think I want to put it with the stripes up. So, and this one measures 4 inches by 4 inches this way by 5 1/4. Okay, and then I'm going to need 2 pieces of Whisper White, and both of these pieces, one for the inside, one for the outside, both of these measure 3 by 3 1/4. I'm sorry, 3 3 3/4 inch by 5 inch. So that's 3 3/4 inches by 5 inches. And then I'm also going to need 2 strips that measure 5 inches by 1/2 inch, just to do a little bit of trimming. So let's start with our stamping. Let's start with our taping one of these little strips onto one of the Whisper White. And I think I'm going to just use my snail for that. Okay. Snail's got a lot of adhesive. Okay. And, just going to line it up to the edge to edge. Okay. And then I'm going to do my stamping. I'm going to stamp the tree first. And I'm going to use, I think I'm going to have to use my Stampin'-Up because I want to position the tree in a good position right here, and then the Thinking of You on the side, like I did this first card. So let me ink this up, and I'm going to take my Stampin'-Up, okay, and I'm going to use the corner and so that I know where to position my tree. I know I have other things stamped on here, but I think I want my tree to be right about here. Okay, I'm going to hold this card down, put my Stampin' tool back. I'm going to move this aside. I'm going to ink up my stamp. And I am going to now stamp. And there's my tree. Okay, I'm going to wipe this off with some baby wipes, because I'll stick my hand in it, I know. Okay, so once again, I'm going to use my Stampin' for the sentiment. Now, I'm going to go ahead and stamp the whole thing. All right, and I'll show you why. Okay, and I only want the thinking of you, and I kind of want it about right here. Okay, but I'm going to take the bottom part off. See? It's still positioned where I want it to be. Put my Stampin' tool back on the corner there. Take that away. And now I've got my thinking of you right where I want it to be. Now I'm going to put this back here. Okay, because when I do the inside of the card, now I'm going to put this stripe this way on the inside of the card. So let me I did it just the opposite. I should be bringing in my craft mat, but that's okay. You see, my hands are full of ink and I'm getting ink all over the place, but that's okay. This is just for demonstration purposes. Now I want my please know that I care, and I'm going to take the top part off, and I'm going to position this here. Please know that I care, right here. I want it right in the center, kind of, and I'm going to put my stamping tool back in here and ink it up. And there's my please know that I care. Okay, just a little trick that I do just to save me a little bit of room on here when I'm doing a lot of stamping. Okay, now I want to stamp the butterflies. I think I just want two, so I really don't think I need to use the Stampin' I'm going to stamp one this way, and I'm going to stamp one that way. Okay, now before I tape this to the card, I'm going to just punch out some little flowers, but I'm going to punch it out of here on the inside here, and no one will ever know that you've got things on the inside as long as you keep the flowers on the edge. And I think I need 10. You could do as many as you want, as long as you still have you know, room for the edge along the card edge. Okay, so what do I got? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then I want to do 2 of the bitty butterflies, which I will do. Oh, I got something stuck. Which I will do here. 1 and 2. Okay, and that still leaves me enough room for when I want to attach this card. You can still see the edge around here. Now what I'm going to do with this edge, because I want to just give it a little bit of shading, is I'm going to take my Marina Mist ink and just give this edge just a little bit of color, just to define it a little bit. Just something I thought might make it look a little bit better. Okay. All right. And now I am ready to tape this card. You know what I think I'm going to do first, though? For good measure, I'm just going to cut out one more of these little flowers, just in case I mess one up. Okay, so let's put some snail on the back of this, and I've got sticky here on my on my grid sheet. All right, now I am going to be putting it like this time, trying to line this up as best I can. You see that? Okay. All right, and then I could put it on the card base. I'm pretty much ready to do that. And I did want to pop it up, but I think I won't pop this one up like I did the other. I think I'm just going to go ahead and put this here because there's going to be enough dimension with all the flowers and all the butterflies that I'm putting on this card. Okay, now the flowers and the butterflies. Let's start with the butterflies. All right, I'm just going to fold them up, and I'm going to put some snail. Well, actually, no, I'm not going to put snail. Let's put a mini glue dot on them. Let me get my paper piercing tool and get a mini glue dot out, and we'll stick a mini glue dot on the butterfly, and I'm going to put that butterfly right over here. But wait, I forgot to do something. I forgot to stamp the antennas, which I really do want to do. And for this, I am going to be needing my Stampin'-Up because I want to get those antennas right nice on the top of the butterflies here. So let's do that. Okay, we've got the antenna right there for the one. Bring the Stampin' tool back in. Put this aside. And we are just going to tap it like that. And then we're going to do the same with the other side here. Let that dry a little bit. Okay. And we'll bring the other antenna in here. And hold that down. Bring the Stampin' tool back in. Take that out. Ink up our stamp. Tap. Okay, now we've got the antennas. Okay, now let's put our butterflies on. I don't know what I did with my butterfly that I put the little glue dot on. Oh, I guess my glue dot didn't stay on. So let's put another glue dot on here. Oh, it's still it's still attached to my paper piercing tool. Okay. I've got to let it. Okay. Sometimes it's good to just roll that up. Now I'm going to try to match this up the best I can so that it looks like these butterflies are in flight. Okay, and we're going to top that off with a little bit of crystal effects later, but not crystal, dazzling diamonds or dazzling details. I think that's what it's called. Excuse me. And then the other butterfly, let's fold it first. Give it a little dimension, and then I lost my glue dot. Here it is. And sometimes it's good to roll your glue dot so that it's not, I don't know, so that it lines up better. And I'm using the smaller glue dots because I think I'm out of my mini glue dots, but these are the micros. Stampin' Up doesn't sell them, but try using your mini glue dots for this right here. Okay, and now all of these little flowers are going to be pushed up so that they have a little bit of dimension. So I'm going to try to fast forward this when I edit my film, because this is going to take a little while to do. I'm going to be using some mini glue dots for these, and I'm just going to put them all over the tree wherever I feel like there should be a little flower. And don't worry if you smash them down a little bit, because you can always fluff them back up. Okay. I think we're done with the front except for the crystal effects. No, we're not done, because I think what I would like to do is put this, I probably shouldn't have Okay, we'll just go ahead and put it like this. I'm gonna cut off a piece of this a silver ribbon. It's the 1/8 inch silver ribbon. Really pretty. I think it would kind of really go nice on the bottom edge there. So let me use my craft scissors to do that. And I'm going to go ahead and use my snail all the way on the bottom of this piece here. And we're going to just place it right across on the very top edge, or right at the edge of this little trim piece that I have of the designer series paper. And then I'm going to trim it right at that edge here. Now, if I was thinking ahead of time, I would have wrapped it around. But I wasn't thinking. Okay. I just want it to be just right at the edge there. Okay. And it gives it just a little bit of shine. Okay, now let's just do the inside. I'm going to just stamp that piece of white. Here it is. Sorry about that. And I'm going to just stamp a couple of butterflies on here. Okay. Let's see, how did I do this one here? I put a butterfly in the corner right over here, and then I used and then I put a butterfly right here. Okay, and since I still have the antennas on the block, I'll go ahead and bring in my Stampin'Up and line up those little antennas on the inside. Bring in my tool. Okay. Oops, I moved it. Bring in my tool right here. Okay. Stamp right there. And it's a little off, but that's okay. And then come back in right here. And let's bring that in so I don't have to reach so far. Oh, it's a little off. I have so much adhesive on this grid paper, everything's sticking to it. I should have brought out my craft mat. There we go. Okay, please know that I care. Now I think I'm going to bring in the marker, which is the Marina Mist marker. I think, is that this one here? Nope, that's not that one there. Okay. Stampin' Right marker. Marina Mist, and I want to color in the little butterfly body. I don't know if you can see that, coloring that in. Little butterfly body with the same color. Thought that was kind of cute. Okay, and now I'm just going to go ahead and tape this on the inside with my snail. Okay. Well, let me trim this little piece off of it right here, because it kind of went over it. All right, there we go. We're going to tape it on the inside now. Uh-oh. That's what happens when you put too much adhesive all over your grid paper. Okay, got it on the inside here. Okay, now let's put some more bling on here. We're going to use some dazzling details, and this is what I like to do last, because if you try to do it any before that, you get your hands all stuck in it. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to put just a little dab right in the middle of each of these flowers, and it's going to sparkle so pretty. I love this stuff, really love it. And then I'm also going to put a little dab just right down the butterfly bodies, just to give them a little bit of detail there. There you have it. There's my little butterfly flowering tree card. Not hard to make at all, and I hope that you'll try this. Mix it up a little bit. This one is Wisteria Wonder. This one is Marina Mist from the Subtles collection. And they have some really, really beautiful designs in that collection. So I hope you'll try this. Once again, this is Jeanette with Amazing Paper Crafts. You make it a great day. Bye-bye.